Ready to pace. Connected.
Big banks are lying to you. They don't want you to know that you can now get a PPP loan in as little as 60 seconds now. Yeah, I done ran up the kill you niggas. They be plotting, I keep me in. I'm on pillar, that's how that shit go when you come from the train. What I do? I done ran up the kill you niggas. They be plotting, I keep me in business. I can't wait till they be on my head. Better tell them what I'm on the river. Better not take them out of the prison. I done get niggas, I'm on pillar, that's how that shit go when you come from the train. Get to that point, and I can't stop breaking up every day. Chase the back of my nigga, we up on the dollar. We don't shot him. I'ma sit on back. I never changed. I'm trying to get back to the truth, and I started reminiscing about when I was broke. I'm in the building and getting that money, that's all I wanted. I swear, I've been there too long now, but they don't want to be stuck anymore. Yeah, I done ran up the kill you niggas. They be plotting, I keep me in glisten. I can't wait till they free all my hitters. In the jungle with all the rush. Let them out, take them out of the prison. All the good niggas down, I'm feeling that's how that shit go when you come on the train. What I do? I don't let you niggas. They be plotting, I keep me in glisten. I can't wait till they free all my hitters. In the jungle with all the rush. Let them out, take them out of the prison. All the good niggas down, I'm feeling that's how that shit go when you come on the train. I just walk like no way, shit on these niggas. I told me how to get it in there. I got that money, put it on the road. Tell my exes, every time I do a show, they don't see me make it up. And I won't worry about that, and I won't be there. Look at me now, I've been getting paid. Keep up like every day. Long as I keep grinding and make sure that my people straight. Anybody that's affiliated gon' always get a play. I've been the same nigga, only thing that been changed. When come on, I ain't anything about all that I got. So I get my niggas down the way. All the niggas be plotting. Man, I take my up with a phone and I'm gon' give me some more money. Yeah, I done ran up the kill for you niggas. They be plotting, I keep me in glisten. I can't wait till they free all my hitters. In the jungle with all my gorillas. Let them out, take them out of the prison. All the good niggas down, I'm feeling that's how that shit go when you come on the train. What I do? I don't let you niggas. They be plotting, I keep me in glisten. I can't wait till they free all my hitters. In the jungle with all my gorillas. Let them out, take them out of the prison. All the good niggas down, I'm feeling that's how that shit go when you come on the train. I'm loving these streets. I get the power like no rest, you know these niggas.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? Look at this check for $160,000. If you're looking to get money you're owed for an injury, I want you to imagine you and your family getting that money because I know a way that you can. Now, before you think I'm crazy, I want to show you how you can get the money that you're owed in the next 30 days.
I'll just sing this record real quick. I need to get you a little. Wow.
I've been doing bigger ghosts, cause niggas be doing the most. I'm told you, man, I know they hating on the low. And they ain't getting no love. Back on my niggas, that's just how it go. I've been doing this, how do we know? Yeah, back on my way to some more. I never change on my nigga. We all got the same dream, just a different way of getting money. Every my team, fuck with us, ain't met your fitting. Get it by all means, I'm a Talking about what they gon' do to me, swear to God, man, that shit they ain't new to me. Coming through bands on a motherfucking regular pen, no man, they can't write it down with me. I was in ballin' forever, had to get up on my ass and go, cause the recipe stay with one close to me. I know one day when these niggas go try to get the best of me. Hope my mama get to see the day that a baby make it out with a melody. Cold light slipping in the jungle, came a long way from being broke. Remember niggas took me for a joke. I remember kicking niggas though, tell them lay it down, nigga, ain't a sound. Cause that in the bag, and nigga, we out. I was stuck in the trenches, trying to make it out this life that I'm living. Everybody treating me like a villain, so if you run up, I ain't looking, I let that shit hit him. I gotta let go, they doing the most. I don't know couple minutes, breaking bread with the bros, that's how it goes, and that's how it's supposed to be, nigga. Back it up like it's some groceries in it. Running up, protected you back when I'm finished. You can tell that we winning. Yeah. The niggas so sick of they make they ain't with us. Popping them bottles, you know how we living. And we gotta go get it. That's why I been the whip it goes. Cause niggas be doing them wrong. Doing them wrong. So too many, I know they hating on the Lord. That man ain't getting no low. I can break with my nigga, that's just how it go. Go with this all we know. Get back on my way to some more. I never change on my nigga. We all got the same dream. Just a different way of getting it. Running up with my team. Fuck with us, ain't met your fitting. By all means, I'ma thug it to the end of me. Yeah, go get that money, I won't stop for nothing. Now I gotta watch my back, cause I know niggas be plotting on me. I'm tryna run 100 plus and stack it out for the double. I never fall, and I put that on my soul. They used to take me for a joke, but I never complain, cause I knew one day it's a coming. Now I'm living my dream. Everybody start to love you soon as you get in that cream. But when you broke, don't nobody wanna be on your team. Fuck what you thought, I'ma keep getting to it. Every time they see me, they like, damn, that nigga doing that. To lose it out, so I can't humble myself through it. So I went to the club, and it's my time to ball. Get to that money, I can't stop, I run it up. They hate to see a nigga shine and give a fuck what you think. But you know I'm headed straight to the bank. Yeah. Cause all I ever wanted was some weird and go shit. Cause niggas be doing the most, doing them all. Fuck with too many, I know they hating on the Lord. And man, they ain't getting no low. I can break with my nigga, that's just how it go. We through it, it's all that we know. And we back on my way to some more. I never change on my nigga, we all got the same dream. Just a different with my team. Fuck with us, ain't met your fitting. By all means, I'ma thug it to the end of me. Yeah. Listen till I'm gone, nigga. Really bands, y'all know what it is. Flood, the Jacob. Rich life in the building. Let's get it. Gang.
You can see it, good. What? Yeah. No, it's this one. Oh, yeah, this one.
Yeah, I can see this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Being loaded out with gelato. That despite what I'm sipping, I'm in my zone. Cash all in my mind, cause that's what all I know. So if it ain't about them, let me know. Young and tryna make moves. I remember when a nigga used to. Kick shit, I ain't talking no bruise. Now I'm chasing hella bands with the crew. But my young hitters be on full. Well, I'm fresh in the bitch, I bound the two-seater coupe. When I pull up juice, all I ever wanted was some money, can't nobody stop my grind. Pass on my ex with them racks with a passion, it is my time, yeah. I got goose, chicken shit like I'm Bruce. She don't wanna see us swim. Ex bitch, I bet she will. Yeah, pull up in the car. We poppin' bottles to the roof. When they see us, they salute. I ain't bragging, I got proof. She don't wanna see a young nigga pay. Mama told me I gotta stay patient, so I can. Stop now and I gotta keep praying. Really the first. Get money safe, you better respect it. Wake up making my job, but I'm on the test. Oh, but shit, that's good, yeah. Right around getting loaded up with gelato. Dirty spray when I'm sipping, I'm in my zone. That's what I know. So if it ain't bad, then right, just leave me alone. Too damn drunk and I'm high to say damn time. It'll be a very next time. I promise it'll be a next time. Cause I'm a grind. I flex on the niggas.
Make sure y'all put subscribe. Click that subscribe button. Click like.
Draco got the nigga scared
Sure,
of the
Wayne.
film. See the bitch made you clear some hills. Heard from his
We're gonna talk about some American history today. American spelled with 3 K's instead of C too.
Credit around getting low and I was gelato. 30 spot when I'm sipping, I'm in my zone. Cash all in my mind, cause that's what all I know. So if it ain't about the right shit, get low. Yeah, I'm in my zone, I'm in my zone. Leave me alone. Yeah, I'm in my zone, I'm in my zone. Leave me alone. Yeah, swear. Red light, know that
Man, shout out to Looney Bands, man. Shout out to Rich Life. Grand Rising talking about Go Gritters, man. What's happening with everybody this morning? Yeah, we're back. We're a little bit late. Had some technical difficulties, man. You know how that shit go. But we back. We in the mix. We in the mix. How's everybody's morning going, man? What's going on with your brother, Chris?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, man.
It's a great morning.
Yeah, we're gonna get on into it, man. Yeah, man, we're gonna talk about some American history today, man. America spelled with the 3 K's, of course. Because we all know that's where, you know, all this shit stemmed from anyway.
Mm-hmm.
My bro turned me on to a show. What's that show called that you had me watching?
I want to say it's called America Is Us or something like that. Something like
Yeah,
that.
America. It was called damn. We can't even tell them what it is. It's America something, but then it's the story of us or the history of us or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Okay, America, the story of us. This is what it's called.
Man, make sure y'all check it out, man. It's broke down into a couple different parts, a couple different segments or whatever. Make sure y'all check that shit out, man, because you know, there's some stuff on there that I didn't even know about. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff that kind of put me up on game. How far off into it you got so far?
I think I'm at I'm at the Iron Age, so at the medieval times now.
Okay.
So you gotta make that. Well, that was before all that, but I guess I kind of watched it backwards. It's just the way it has it in there, but I'm watching everything. I want to watch it all. But
Right.
yeah, I'm definitely interested in the Iron Age and the medieval times. I've always been interested in stuff like that. Like Braveheart's like one of my favorite movies.
You know, I ain't never saw that yet.
What? Oh man.
Who's in that?
Mel Gibson.
Yeah, that's why I ain't never saw it. Mel Gibson, I don't really jig dudes movies except for Lethal Weapon. Was he the same motherfucker in The Field of Dreams? Who was that?
I haven't seen that.
I'll say yeah. See, it's boring shit, man. You go to sleep watching shit. But yeah, man, I was checking it out last night, and the 2 episodes that I was watching was the one from the very beginning when they first came over to the land, and it was speaking on the fact that there were already Africans and Indians already here.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows how they came in and just basically was like just killed a whole nation of people. You know what I'm saying? People who was already here, they came and, you know, teach them how to live off the land and all of that. Then they fucking killed them. You know what I'm saying? Like some tyrannical ass shit.
Yeah, that's where it's coming. Come over here, show us how you make your house, and show us how you do your crops. But okay, show us how you make your weapons. Oh, we got everything we needed. Let's go ahead and kill them when we get them out of here.
And that's exactly what happened, man. And I used the analogy last night. I said that's like a motherfucker walking up somewhere where it's already grass and then laying grass on top of the grass. You know what I'm saying? And then being like, this grass right here that you see on top is the real grass.
Yeah.
And it's not even the real grass. You know what I'm saying? But They basically came over here, man, and just chumped.
Bully.
Yeah.
What word you want to use? Chump, bully, took over, eradicated.
Whatever term you want to use, man. But it's just crazy because then we fast forward to today. We fast forward to today, man, 2021, man, and they still laying grass on grass, man. Like, I just don't understand. Well, I do understand because, like I said, this was all a plot. You know, they plotted this shit out and they made sure that it worked and it happened. And my thing is, I'm sorry. I'm trying to share these links, y'all. I'm sorry. Make sure y'all get your peoples on here, man. You know, tell your peoples come fuck with us, man. Fuck with the podcast. But man, I was looking at the thing about the George Washington cat, man. Dude was like, he was the first one that actually came and set it up as far as the corporation. Mm-hmm. He was the one that kind of was like, we're gonna make some rules here.
Yeah.
You know, he was the one that was like, you know, it needs to be some rules in place. And that's where the government stemmed from. That's where all the beginnings of this U.S. government start forming with this George Washington cat. But it's crazy because, like, they made us believe through the school curriculum that they made it seem like when they founded America, it was uncharted land. It was like no one was here. They came up on and they said it was like over 800 billion trees.
Yeah, it's a land. From what I was watching, it was from New York, where New York is now, from all the way to the middle. I say down Oklahoma, wasn't nothing but trees, and after that, going to the west, wasn't nothing but just vast land.
Yeah,
just land.
Yeah,
trees and land. You know what I mean? And you know, some of them lakes we had to make some of them lakes.
Yeah. But so you know, their system worked. You know, their system worked. It worked to the T. It's still working to this day. Mm-hmm. They basically hid all the information that we needed, manipulated the information that they gave, and then taught us the way that they wanted us to go. Yeah. They taught us how they was like, okay, if we start teaching them this, they're gonna live lives like this. This is where I talk about the whole thing with the whole religion thing. Because I ask people all the time, what were Africans doing before they got brought over here? You know, people always say, well, you know, Christianity has been around for whatever the amount of time. You're right, but not with us. Not with us. We lived off the land. We worshiped the God, the sun God, and all of that. We were people who were living off the land, so we respected the land. These motherfuckers don't respect the land. It's all about money. From day one, it's been economics over humanity when it comes to these Europeans. Yeah. They came over here. They had sophisticated weapons that no one had. You know, the muskets and all those guns. Like, the people who were already here didn't have those things, so they gave them an advantage.
But it's all they could do. That's all they had was weapons. They couldn't plant. They didn't know how to plant food. They didn't know how to build houses.
They couldn't do any of that shit because back then there were no sunscreens. Mm. And we all know white folk can't stand out in the sun too long. No. It burns them up. Yeah. They can't just go out. Like, we could just go outside and that's it. Yeah. Like, why else? Like, they weren't gonna be able to go out there and pick cotton.
No.
They weren't gonna make it in that sun. So this is why, like I say, man, like this American history shit, man, we have to understand that this is the history taught from manipulators. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to manipulate the situation, so they taught us what it is they wanted us to know. None of this shit listen, y'all. I'm gonna say 70% of the stuff they taught us in U.S. history and all that was fairy tale. This shit was folk tale. These were stories made up along the way that they fed their children and they taught and pushed on through the generations. That's just like Bigfoot.
Sasquatch.
Yeah. You notice it's always a sighting of Bigfoot. Yeah. But nobody ever sees Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I really don't believe nobody was on the moon.
No, I don't believe in the Neil Armstrong thing. I don't believe in the Sasquatch thing. I don't.
They also taught us that we were cannibals.
Yeah, we found that
if you look back at all the Looney Tune cartoons and all that from back in the day, anytime you remember they used to have the pot and they would throw Bugs Bunny in the pot and then they would be all dancing around. Yeah, but if you notice, it was always Africans that were dancing around them.
I never noticed it.
Yeah, but look back. It was always Africans who were dancing around them. It was always dark complected people.
Mm.
It was feeding our subconscious that we were cannibals. This was something that was brought from them. Along with all those diseases, smallpox and all that.
Yeah, they brought all that.
They brought all of that over here. They said on there, like the people were trying to make it over here. They were trying to walk across the country, setting up, planting their flags, and a lot of them died along the way. Why? Because they couldn't the sun.
Yeah.
Now, let's think about this. These are reasons why I see a lot of people, jokingly or they're serious, saying that Caucasians, because how does something that feeds everything else, even us, melanated skin with the sun, you know what I'm saying? It fucks with your brain.
Yeah.
It fucks with the way your body rejuvenates and regenerates and repairs. The sun nurtures everything else except for them.
It burns them.
Yeah. Everything else, plants. The sun helps the whole evaporation process.
Yeah.
It rains, sun come out, pull it back up, and come back down.
Kill diseases, right?
Cook.
Yeah.
The sun nurtures everything but this one particular group of people. They don't have melanin in their skin.
Right.
The first person that they discovered being the first human was what? It was a melanated person.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, there were melanated people here. It was our, yeah. But then there's just one group of people. The sun don't nourish. It kills.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't belong here. I mean, does that sound like it makes sense to anybody? We don't belong here though. We lived off of the land.
Yeah. Like the natives. We all lived off the land.
We all lived off the land. When you got hungry, what'd you do? You hunted.
You hunted.
When you wanted shelter, what'd you use? You used trees, foliage, you used mud, sticks, rocks. The weapons that the Indians had, when they created those arrows, it had rock on the end of it, stone, where they had chipped and shaved and made sharp.
Tree fibers and they used all kind of stuff.
You had the sticks with the vines wrapped around it that made the arrow, the straight part of the arrow. They put that on there, tied everything up using a vine.
That's where your first actual handyman came from, right there.
Yeah.
The creativity that they had without teaching anybody anything, they learned it off the land. But then you got this group of people that come over here and don't have a clue.
Have no idea.
I mean, they starved.
Yeah.
They don't let people starve.
Because they didn't know what to do.
They starved. They got disease. I mean, Mother Nature, man, in general, trying to stay in the wilderness. And I think about it, these people didn't have shoes. They didn't have anything.
They were, listen. These Europeans came over. Like everybody that knows anything about history, they know that these were people, these were cave people. These people lived in the mountains. Where do y'all think the whole caveman term comes from? Excuse me. Where are caves at? In the mountains.
Yeah.
Whenever they talked about the cavemen or the ancestry, and it goes all the way back, and they show you this Neanderthal type being, had the long hair like them, because you know they gotta make everything look like them. But it has the long hair that looks like them. He's dragging his wife with the club in the other hand. You feel me? That's where that whole thing came from. If you really think about that picture I just painted, that describes the white man.
Yeah. Okay.
Club got the woman by the hair, dragging her to his house. Well, he did. That's what they do. They're controlling. They're tyrannical. They got ran out of. See, people be listening to stuff and they be like, especially when it's dealing with race or something like that. They especially like white folks who don't really know the history. They only know this school history, which is something else that's been thought out, manipulated, and given to us.
They give us what they want to give us.
Yeah.
But they're giving us anything, and it's not even true.
No, it's nowhere near it.
So
it's nowhere near it. What they do is they just manipulate shit. So some white folk who they only go by the book. You ever notice people always say, I do everything by the book? What that means is if it's wrote down, it's law.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So anything outside of what they were taught in the classroom is not it's not fiction. It's not real. It's not real to them. Like, so just like when you think about this, y'all, when y'all talk to your white buddies and you know, you get to talking about racist shit, racism and all that, they kind of deny or they kind of like, oh, I don't believe it's like that.
Yeah.
And then we get upset like, you gotta know. No, people, black people, listen. They don't be knowing. You got to understand, they're being taught just like the manipulation system.
Yeah.
This is why they really press us. Like, if you don't send your kids to school, you can go to jail.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you have to get this white supremacy. You have to get it. Only way you can play sports and get rich doing it that way, what you got to do?
Get direct.
Off top.
You got to ace our curriculum.
Yeah.
We got to make sure that you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing, and that's bad because, you know, back then we wasn't thinking like, at least I didn't think like that back then.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
So 36, you grew up in an era where your parents were born without rights. It's going to be pretty much that. So saying that, we didn't know any better because they didn't know any better. You got to understand, our parents were the generation that were the first ones to get to go to integrated schools.
Yeah.
So they had
they was busting and all that back then.
Yeah, they were, a lot of information was hidden from them. So it's like, oh, my bad, y'all. It's like a lot of that information was hidden from them. So they have no idea either, because like I say, our parents and our grandparents, if you're, 35 and over, your parents were born without rights, pretty much. Most of the people. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't get rights till what? It was like mid-60s. I want to say 60. I want to say 63, 64. I don't know why I don't know that. As much homework I do on this shit.
I did.
What was the year that black people got rights in America? I believe it was 63. Civil rights, yep. There you go. I don't know why I don't know this, people. As much homework as I do on this shit, but for some reason I'm thinking this. Civil Rights Act of 64, I was off a year. Yeah, I was off a year. Okay, so you got that. Anybody that was born before 1964 was born without rights. They couldn't vote. They couldn't go to certain stores. They couldn't go to certain schools. They couldn't, whites only, water fountains. All this shit was put in place by white men. Before 1964, nobody's opinion or voice or anything mattered outside of white men. I tell y'all this all the time. This is how fucked up white men are. They didn't even give their woman rights. Before 1964, when they started doing, because the women didn't get theirs until a little later.
Right.
So before 1964, before any of these things started opening up for other people, nobody mattered in this country except for the white man. The white man. The white man called all the shots. They made all the rules. I mean, they owned everything. Nobody else could own anything.
Hey, you get the opportunity.
We couldn't own anything. So, what happened?
They control all the logistics and everything.
Man, they control everything. We're just now, in 2021, having multiple black billionaires at the same time. You might have got one or two slip through the cracks every now and then over the years. But to have multiples, in 2021, we just get there.
Yeah.
So.
And that bothers me.
Yeah.
It really bothers me.
So this is why when you talk to your white buddies and they say they act like they don't understand, a lot of them don't. Because a lot of their parents, once they figured out that they liked rap music or they liked, certain NBA, NFL players, they start buying it. When them little white kids start buying into our cultures, the white men start having information from their own kids. I'm gonna tell you, white men, we're not talking about all white men. We talking about the white men from back in the day. They didn't give a fuck about nothing. If their daughter went out and got pregnant by a black man, what's the first thing they did?
Oh, they was taking it, baby.
Well, not even that. They were just banning them from this. Get out.
Yeah.
Get out. Yeah. You're no longer a part of this family. Get out. You fucking nigga, bro. Yeah. Get out. Don't come back.
Yeah. It's still like that.
Their sons. Let their sons start coming through talking that hip hop shit and rapping and all that. Oh no, man. Nah, Pops ain't going for that.
Yeah, you get a real big dose of reality real quick though.
Man.
Jim Bob will go upside his head.
Cause see, the thing is, back there, their wife who had their children, the wife had their children. They kept, made sure that they were healthy. The husbands were healthy to be able to go out here and earn this money. They had to feed them to make sure that they could catch the slave when they was trying to run away. Make sure they were strong enough to wrestle some of them. They took the women took, like it wasn't illegal to whoop your lady.
No.
White men made sure that it was okay for that to happen. White men did that. Now think about it, we didn't have no say so in nothing back then. We didn't even have rights. So they can't blame any of what was going on us.
That should be learned from y'all.
That's the thing. We learned all of our ways from them.
We got it from you.
Real shit. So it's like,
it's like, I see certain posts in like social media. You always got the one or two white people, savages, all this, all that. But if you think about it, again, we got it from y'all. Y'all came over here to go again. Y'all came over here to slaughter them people and took everything from everybody and told the Indians, yeah, to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah.
So you have no type of, I mean, look, y'all did this. Y'all brought that on us. Y'all taught us what we knew, and it's just a part of your environment.
And then when they ran them off, they followed them, and no matter where they set up shop, they took that over too.
Yeah.
So once they took over the whole goddamn the area that they wanted, which was North America, once they took all that shit over, then it was like, okay, well, since y'all can't go nowhere else, here we're gonna put y'all in these little reservations.
It just bothers me how they would just come over and just take that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was the firepower.
Yeah.
They had the firepower. Without them guns, them Indians would have happened that shit. I don't think they was.
No,
it wouldn't happen.
They fought, bro. Why you think? I'm gonna tell you how much these motherfucking racist motherfuckers slap us in the face with this shit. All during the time we grew up, see, I grew up through the 80s and 90s and shit. All the time we grew up, it was always the Cowboys versus the Indians.
Yes.
And they made a game about it, and they made movies and westerns. They started making movies about it.
Yeah. So
motherfuckers, the next generations growing up don't even know the significance that this shit hold, and they thinking it's just entertainment. When really they like, nigga, this is what we did to your people. How many times?
Yeah, with the white gang, it was like the good guy role.
Yeah, he saved the day.
That boy is a good guy.
Yeah.
He ain't a bad guy.
No. He saved the day. He saved the day. See, in school, they didn't call them cowboys. They called them pilgrims.
Yeah.
How threatening does that sound? Doesn't sound threatening at all. A pilgrim.
A pilgrim.
And then they dress it up to where the lady, you know, she got the little, and then the dude, they look like just a little farming family or whatever. They look like, you know, we don't, no.
Yeah.
No, that's not what no. Quit.
Yeah. I watched it. So and that's what I thought too. I thought they were these wholesome, nice.
No.
Them was the main ones that was at the slaughter.
Yeah, setting up shop.
We're gonna make this Thanksgiving. Shake hands on it. But then we're gonna turn on y'all at the same time.
Yeah. Because now y'all done taught us the game.
Yeah.
After we know how to do this shit now. Cool. Get them up through here.
Yeah.
Because see, we gonna put a tax on this now. And then we really gotta cut them in on it. Think about it, bro. Think about everything that they learned how to do. They start marketing and selling it. They created their own little currency system, and they was like, okay, we're gonna use this to trade for these goods.
Yeah.
And if you don't have these, you can't get those.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where the wealth shit, because only white people could get money.
Yeah.
We weren't even supposed to be able to read. We let them niggas know how to read, they're gonna learn how to build some shit.
Mm-hmm. That's why they were so scared of Frederick Douglass, because he could read and write.
Yeah. You gotta think, dog, they painted the picture of all of our people, for the most part, to be fucking enemies, to be bad guys. We had to arrest him because he did X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. They was literally taking motherfuckers' lives for them knowing how to read.
That's bad.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Make sure the plugs don't screen with you. But yeah, man, like I'm telling you. So like this shit that they teach, you gotta understand, y'all. Yeah, if y'all anybody watching this right now, if you have children, if you are African American, a more American, a black person, however you want to slice it, you have to teach your kids. You have to teach your kids the real history, dog. You got to teach them the real history.
Yeah.
Because without that, they're teaching, they taught all of us the same way. They all taught us some bullshit. Yes, okay, yes, George Washington was the first president and blase, but this motherfucker was a big time murderer.
Okay, so they can tell you all that.
No, they're gonna tell you all that because then it's gonna make it to where you don't want to worship that person.
Look, that's what I'm saying. I'm 36, and I just watched this shit on TV the other day, and there's a lot of stuff about George Washington and John Adams and Daniel Boone, and there's a lot of shit about people I didn't even know for a clue about.
Yeah,
you know, I had no clue, and yeah, I mean, I thought George Washington. All they taught me in school was he was the first president, and that was it. I don't think we know no more than that.
No, because
he was the first president. He was the first white man to be a president. And the only thing I learned about Abraham Lincoln was he was shot, and he tried to abolish slavery. That's what we was told as kids.
Yeah,
they didn't get no more deeper than that.
They didn't even teach. Look, in school they don't even teach you that about the coins. I was explaining to him about the coins last night, and I said, think about it. You line up all the coins, all of our coins, U.S. currency. Line up all the. Matter of fact, look, I got some coins back here. Hold on. I got some coins back here, man.
Yeah, that was when he was ready to show you, I was really tricking me out. I didn't think about it like that. I really didn't. And if you think about it, this shit's really going on here, you know. But I said, like, again, but the curriculum is never going to change. So again, parents, that's the parents that teach these kids. Again, their real history. We need to know. They need to know what's going on. Let's tell the kids about the real Thanksgiving. Let's tell them that, hey, the white people came over here and just slaughtered all the Indians and killed everybody, and that's what we call it Thanksgiving. You know,
real talk.
Christmas, that's another one. Why don't we teach kids a real story about Christmas? Are you afraid that they break their hearts? I mean, well, I can't say that because look, my mom didn't even tell me. I had to find out on my own.
Find out what?
There was no Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, man. See,
I had to find out on my own. I woke up one morning and I think it was like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I seen her daddy putting toys and bikes and shit on the tree. I was 10 and I still believed in that shit. And I fought them for that. Like, why did y'all tell us the real story?
Hey, now my granny was 2G, man. My granny was like, my granny flat out said, we not finna go out here and work our fingers to the bone to give a credit to some fat white men who don't exist. She wasn't going, cuz. She wasn't going.
Yeah, this coin shit.
But yeah, like, how, look at that shit, cuz.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I was explaining to him how when you look at your coins, you got the quarter, nickel, dime, and the penny. Abraham Lincoln, they have given him the only colored coin. You line them up, it's the only colored coin. And he's facing the opposite way of all the other presidents on all the coins. They're all looking to the left.
He's the only one that's looking to the right.
And they're looking west and he's looking east.
He's the only brown coin, the colored coin. There's only one colored coin. You know what I'm saying? Think about that.
And then they said the reason he's facing the other way is because he turned his back on his nation. When he did, this whole Civil War shit about the slavery, he didn't want no slaves no more.
Yeah.
He wanted to abolish slavery. So, white men, American culture now, fought him because he wanted for 2021 to be where we can get on a, and talk and say, hey, we can go to work and we can make some money and we can, it's still fucked up for us. Don't get it twisted. But it's a whole lot better. It's better than what it was back when he was in there. Yeah. So they say that he turned his back on the country.
So that's why he faces the other way.
And that's why he faces the opposite way. And he's the only colored coin. They're not gonna break certain shit down because, like I said, it start making you dig deeper.
Yeah.
Because if you let a child know, Yeah, dude was the first president and shit, but dude owned plenty of slaves. You feel me? He was, and plus he would get you knocked down. You feel me? He didn't play. He's the one that started the whole getting the ball rolling as far as the whole government system, the laws and shit. He's the one that wanted to make rules and shit. You know what I'm saying? So a kid might be like, dang, in today's age, let me go Google this motherfucker, and then they come and see the shit that you see. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. I don't know what we thought about it until you told me. Man, that's amazing. Actually, just look at your coins. Take your coins, y'all, and line them all up, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about.
It's crazy.
It's pretty good.
So you gotta understand, and that's why I tell people, when we see these old ass white men, they racist as a motherfucker, you gotta have more patience with yourself. You gotta understand, they are old enough to remember being a kid, taking them to lynchings. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucking, old ass white motherfuckers out there used to go to lynchings on like little family outings, bro. When they were kids, way back in the day. They used to.
That was something fun to do.
Yeah. Lynchings and niggas, we finna go watch this shit. So, nah, man, it should be wild. American history. We gotta teach our kids, man, because if not, they just learning that all these. It's building them up to worship. That's why you got so many people like that's so afraid of white folks, brother. Like, oh no, we can't do that. They said if you do that, it's bad. You notice all the fucking rules they put in place, they're the ones who break them.
Yeah.
They're already doing it, so they're like, okay, look, we fucking motherfuckers up out here, so we gotta put something in place to protect us. Yeah. That's where that shit comes from. All these goddamn rules. It was for us. Okay, hold on. Because you notice ever since they freed the slaves, it's some new rules that come up every time. Yeah. When you go look at the fucking laws and the rules, that motherfucking list is, nigga, you'll be flipping through forever.
Yeah.
Damn near everything outside of breathing is against the law.
Yeah.
Drive over to this bar and get drunk, but you can't drive home.
But they do.
Man,
it's a cop's birthday party. They lit. They going out and they're all. Everybody's gonna drive.
Man, they do all the drugs. Man, get out of
here. Yeah.
Man, I'm telling y'all, man, we gotta teach our kids more. Don't keep just sending them to school. They come home with these straight A's at school and y'all proud and you ain't told them the real.
Yeah. You
can't really be proud. These motherfuckers got straight A's in white supremacy and you happy and you ain't teaching them nothing else. Tell you, man, get out here and teach our kids more, dog.
And all these white men are not heroes.
They teach us that too. Even in the movies, cuz.
All the white boys is heroes.
Even in the movies, cuz.
Everybody's a hero. Christopher Columbus, George Washington. Let me see.
The list goes on.
Yeah, I can go on. But they're all heroes.
They're all heroes. People who loved the fact of slaves.
Yeah.
People who went to war when it was time to end slavery. A white man put his knee on a black person's neck for 9 minutes or something until he died. Just in 2020. A group of white men just killed an unarmed black man in his car just 2 weeks ago in North Carolina. What's up, cuz? Look, I'm just now seeing Damon writing. A little late, what's going on? That's why people need to read the Constitution and treaties, because that is real law. All that shit after don't hold no weight. Real shit. It was made up. Call it de facto government. Real shit, cuz. That's why I keep calling them rules, cuz. You feel me? That's why I keep calling them rules. Because that's what they are. I say laws. Them are just little rules. It's like if I come over your house, cuz, you got some rules. You might be like, hey, cuz, when you come through the door, take your shoes off. That's a rule. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's not a law. It's a rule for your area. And that's why like I'll be like, dude, that's what that shit is, dog. You go to Kentucky, they got their rules. Florida got their rules. Everybody got their little rules. But they don't talk about, like you said, they don't talk about the laws of the land. It's a whole different aspect. These ain't even fucking laws, bro. And that's why, like you said, cuz, that's why, like you said, once you get in there, you know what's going on and all of that. And people, they kind of get fucked up because they can't really do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, one thing I was always confused about of how is it that state law overrides federal law? Like you got the Constitution, the right to bear arms, but if I go to New York City, I can't have no gun. Nobody can have a gun. I never understood how that works. So that in itself that's another thing. That's another reason why I think they really want that whole one new world order shit. They want that one dominant government to run the whole. I really believe they want that.
That's why it don't make sense to you because it don't make sense.
And you know, I just right.
Listen, all this shit, all these fucking laws, rules have been put into place because of they couldn't have slaves anymore. Police were put in place to catch runaway slaves. When they said no more slaves, police were a way to put you back in slavery. Because if we can say you broke a rule and you're under our jurisdiction, we can incarcerate you. And then we can get that labor out of you. You feel me? Now you're not a slave anymore. You're an inmate. You're property of the state. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All that shit's false. All that shit ain't even real shit for real. And that's the reason why they don't really want people talking about certain shit. They don't want, you know, that's why like these, because bro, listen, if a nigga, think about it, if a nigga got a bunch of money, like these 100 millionaires and billionaires and shit, they would just be dropping all kind of shit, telling the truth, right? Yeah. That's what you think. Yeah. No, they can't though, because they'll be like, look, you start talking about this shit, take your money and shit. And then, like I was saying yesterday, that's the reason why they can do that, because we haven't infiltrated. We got to infiltrate their structure. Yeah. We got to get in there and take over their whole little shit. Not by force. Not by, we don't have to shoot a gun, swing a knife, or bat or nothing. We got to use our head. We just got to replace them. Yeah. That's why I said, just think about it. If all of a sudden our culture is to raise more police, right? We're gonna start raising all of our kids to be cops. Yeah. 40-year span go by. 70%, 80% of every single police precinct will be people of color. Now we make the rules. So if 80% of this precinct is black folk, you think this little white boy gonna get away with shooting a black dude? He's not even gonna be in that mind frame, because he's gonna be around nothing but black folk, and you can't do nothing but love us once you get the racist and once you sit down and you listen to us. We got the same struggles as you motherfuckers. If you're a fucking beat cop, 911 cop, just like me, bitch, you pay a mortgage and you got shit going on just like me. Yeah. You got a wife at home, she getting on your nerves like my wife getting on my nerves. Your kids is bad in school, my kids is bad in school. You got one on drugs, I got one on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all got the same shit going on. So why the fuck do you think that you're more superior just because of the way? And you're not even the dominant motherfucker. No. If your daughter and my son have a kid, black baby, if your son and my daughter have one, it still don't come out black. So only over here they reign supreme. They got ran out of everywhere else. Mm-hmm. See, once they came over here and they got their currency up so high to where they can start going out and building this military. Why do you think it's all about the military?
Yeah, that's where most of the money's at.
In the military, because they know one day they're going to have a war with the nations, and they got to be prepared. Because if you think about it, everybody's getting tired of their tyrannical ass. All these other countries, that's why we always butting in, because we always butting in on some shit. These two countries over them fell out. Here we come in trying to check. No, we going whoever fitting the most money with us, that's who we rocking with, because it's all about money. That's why we have so many enemies. That's why all them Asian, they don't fuck with us. When that whole thing went down with America, with the Chinese folk way back in the day, look how they then infiltrated the structure. Didn't have to drop a bomb, bro. But they are united people. You feel me? I ask people all the time, how many Asian product commercials do you see? Yeah, think about it. How many commercials do you see of some Asian product? We in America. We're in America, Jack. Listen, black folks spend the most money out of anybody walking this country. So why wouldn't they run their product and get us to buy their shit? Because they don't need us to buy their shit, cuz. You don't see Asians for the most part just out spending a lot of money with us, bro. They spend that shit with them. Yeah. They buy the big purchases that they gotta deal with other folk on. But nah, that's why they got a whole Chinatown set up in every metropolitan place. There's a place, no matter where you go, there's a big metropolitan city, they got a Chinatown that bitch. Yeah. You can come through here and buy everything you want, but I try to go through here and get them to buy something from you. No, we don't buy no. You know why? Because they peoples got that. And even if they peoples ain't got it more expensive than what you got it for, they still gonna fuck with they peoples. We're the total opposite. You tell me you got something for 100, I'm gonna go pay 120 over here just so I won't buy it from you. That's what they do. These motherfuckers, dog, I'm just looking at their history at the show, and I'm like, damn, dog. Motherfuckers really did come through, and everything they did to build this country up, they made it a law to where we couldn't do it. Still, they stole people, cuz. Yeah. They stole the whole nation. They stole the whole, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, the fucking Gulf of Mexico down here in the Bay to fucking upper Lake Michigan. They stole everything in between that. They killed everybody and everything that was living from coast to coast.
You're right. It is.
You can't go steal a goddamn tea. You going to jail.
Yeah. But the first thing I'll tell you, the times have changed.
If somebody go rape somebody, they're going to. And you should.
Yeah, you should.
Well, no, I ain't actually to handle you.
Well, back then you didn't hear.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody, I wasn't gonna say it like that, but somebody to handle you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We should govern ourselves. Yeah. We should have our own. Man, this shit gets deep.
They've been saying that we should have our own. Govern ourselves. We don't have to have them govern us.
He said it's really called legal fiction to keep taking our notes. He said, yeah, when you talk that real, they're going to kill you off so they can try to stay in power. Yep. Yeah. Real shit. Real shit.
Yeah. Talk too much. You're talking too much.
Hey, dog.
I know too much.
But the thing is, the only reason they do that, like you said, to stay in power, but your days are numbered. They numbered.
All right.
genetically. Nobody has to fucking shoot a bomb, a missile. A motherfucker ain't got to throw a grenade. A motherfucker ain't got to stab, swing a bat. Nobody has to do anything but just keep living.
I already know. It's time's running out real soon. And it's just how it's going.
The white supremacist, as we know it, is about to be extinct.
Yeah.
Because like I said, these new generation of Caucasian folk, they don't believe in that shit that their grandparents and great grandparents did. They not out here looking at people for the most part and saying, "Oh, that's a dark-skinned person. He's got to be evil or something negative." It's not a negative thought. They don't think like that for the most part. This newer generation, like I tell motherfuckers, the 35 and younger, man, they don't think like their grandparents. They don't care. They trying to get rich.
Yeah.
And they using each other like, "Hey man, what you doing? Man, come on, man. You can do it. I can do it. Let's go get some money together, man. What's up, bro?" You feel me? Nah, not them. Back in the day.
We'll see. Like I said, I hate to use this word, but I'm gonna say extinct.
No, real talk.
It's ready to be extinct. I mean,
Real talk. The white supremacists.
That's ready to be because y'all way down.
Yeah. The white folk that's gonna be this like my grandkids, when they become grandparents, those white folk, they gonna be cool as shit.
Mm.
That's gonna be the cool ones because they don't believe in that same goofy shit that our grandparents had to endure.
Yeah.
And our parents. Shit, my mom was born without rights for 2 years. Took her 2 years to get 2 years. She was 2 years old before black folk was looked at like, oh, they're human a little bit. Because we all know through the 60s, these motherfuckers were still spraying us with water hoses and shit. They fucked up, dog. Look at the whole prison shit. Look how they treat you when you come in there. Like an animal. Barely feed you.
Yeah.
Shit's disgusting.
Yeah, it's nasty. And they, like you said, keyword barely.
Yeah, they barely. You can't get your meds. Dude, people die all the time in jail and prison now just from being health reasons.
Mental health too. They don't
They beat you down.
No kind of therapy or nothing for you in there.
No, nothing. You just go in there and it's just a way that they can earn some money. It's just crazy.
Almost definitely, because
What's up, Arius? What's happening?
Prison is
Doctor?
definitely $1 million business. Everybody knows that.
$1
billion business.
Yes, Lord. In the voice of Arius, yes, Lord. Hey, man. I'm telling you, man, like that shit, dog. Hey, yo, what was that shit was called? American, hey, look, we was watching some shit last night, man. Bro turned me on too. I was watching that shit. I was like, damn, dog, shit's fucked up, dog. Like, these motherfuckers really did teach us that they was all heroes, dog. And that's fucked up, dog. They like, damn, man, we gonna teach you this.
It's called America, the Story of Us.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know how many part series. There's a whole bunch of series. I mean, it starts from the very beginning of time, and it goes from when they first hit land and how they started America, how they from literally from day one, and it goes all the way through. To now, I guess we want to say. So if you want to know about the caveman days, if you want to know about the Civil War, if you want to know about the British and the American shit, World War II, they got that on there too. So there's a lot of shit on there. I think it's really interesting. I like shit like it. I've always been a big fan of history. Like I said, I want to watch this medieval shit. I'm all into that Iron Age shit.
Yeah.
I'm real big into that.
Damn, man.
I feel kind of blessed I was born in the 80s.
Yeah.
You can't say it because you don't know what it would have been like back then. You wouldn't have the same mindset. So we can't sit here and say, oh, we would have been this, we would have done that.
Yeah,
you don't even know.
Yeah, because you'd have been born into that shit.
Yeah.
You'd have been taught by your folks, like, no, we don't do this, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Make sure you do this, make sure you don't do that.
But times have changed, but the supremacy again. That's just right down off man slavery.
Yeah.
That's why I don't. I mean, I know it's everybody knows it's there, but everybody thinks it's getting worse and worse. I don't think it's getting worse.
No, it ain't. There's just a panic right now because they know it's almost over.
Yeah.
They're in a state of shock. That's the reason why they're trying to hurry up and bite down on shit. I'm telling you, that's the reason why from day one that they've been building this big, strong ass military, because they knew that one day they were going to have to go to war with the nations because this shit they doing ain't right. The shit they doing ain't right. And motherfucker better be prepared for the shit. You feel me? Shit's going down. He said, watch The Resurrection on Netflix.
The Resurrection.
Yeah. Yeah, dog. I'm telling you, man, it's just crazy, dog. They taught us all these motherfucking murderers and slave owners was fucking heroes, dog. And in their eyes, they are heroes. You know what I'm saying? They are in their eyes. But that's why I said, we knowing this, we can't just let our kids be going to school knowing they getting fed that information and not feeding them some real information.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, they get them straight A's. If your kid gets straight A's, you don't even be checking on your kid's shit.
Who brought this one? Who said this?
Oh, David.
Does that have blood and gore and all that stuff in it?
Yeah.
Because it looked a little dry, I think. I'm like, no, okay, never mind. Yeah, I'll have to try to watch it. See, yeah, I like shit like that.
I'm gonna go pull it up.
Resurrection.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pull it up. Hey, I'm telling y'all, man,
We should get more into their history.
And to the real shit. But see, people don't want to dig up nothing, bro. We distracted. We distracted, bro. Motherfuckers is worrying about nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. But you know, we can't beat dead horses. We just gotta let them motherfuckers lay there. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta keep it moving and keep it pursuing. Cause shit, it's a dead weight.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, you know, if a motherfucker ain't trying to build on that, I see motherfuckers all the time, man, growing in them off of old enough for 30s, 40s, and just still playing. Just still playing. It's bad enough that motherfuckers are struggling just through the wages and shit. But motherfuckers just really be playing. He said, wasn't no guns. They was fighting with hands and swords.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we was talking about the cussing yesterday. He said, man, if they take all the guns away and just let the military have guns, man.
Oh yeah, these police gonna change. They gonna, hey boy, they gonna straighten the fly right.
Cause everywhere fight.
Yeah, your ass.
We might fight after. It should go back like it.
A whole lot of them won't even want to be cops, bro. They quit. They're taking the guns. Oh hell no, I can't kill
If
them.
they wanted to do that, they could do that.
Yeah, of course they could.
But you think they're really gonna do that? I don't think it's a bad idea.
No, I think nobody should have guns except for the military.
Absolutely. I don't think it's a bad idea. Take all the guns away.
Take everybody's guns.
Yeah.
If you get caught with a gun, you automatically do 5 years.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, buts about it.
Yeah.
5 years a gun.
Yeah.
Give a certain time to where everybody that had their guns turned in, have a place where they just have drop boxes.
Yeah.
But after a certain date, if you get caught with a gun, you get 5 years off top. You know why?
I think it's a
hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, dog. A lot of these niggas is bitches. A lot of these niggas is bitches. They don't want to take an L. That's why they shoot off top.
Yeah.
These niggas be bitches.
Yeah.
For real. They talk cash shit, and then as soon as they see you, they pull the strap in. Cold bitch. Take your L, my nigga. Daddy. You was talking about all that shit. That's why I told you the other day. These niggas, some of these niggas got one hit of quitters, and your heart so fucked up you won't even throw a punch. You know, one day he might have to. He's just gonna be in a situation. He gonna throw that punch and hit him and knock a nigga, and then he gonna be, hold on, cuz I can do a little. Like you don't even know you had one hit of quitters your whole life.
It would make, honestly, it would make, it probably make the world a better fucking place.
At least it's country.
It would take the murder rate down tremendously.
Wouldn't be no murder rate. These niggas is
You
bitches.
still stab a motherfucker.
Man, listen. Motherfuckers ain't got enough balls to get up on you, cuz.
Nah, they don't.
You got to get up on
Take
them.
this motherfucker from
Man, look.
If you get too close, nigga.
Man, you got to get up on them, motherfucker. You got to get up on it. You got that knife, you got to get all the way up on this nigga.
Yeah.
That means if you swing and miss, this nigga can grab your hand and beat your ass. Bro, these niggas ain't got balls enough for no life, bro. If they did, they would do it.
So they keep their distance.
The girls are having the blade. And see, that's one thing I salute the women on. The females, they gonna beat you up.
Yeah. Man, they fight.
You swing on one, it'd be 5, 6 little chicks, nigga, running up on you. I'm talking about, they come deep. It'll be 40 women fighting.
They fight though.
But ain't nobody gonna pull no strap. Somebody might get cut though.
Yeah.
Somebody might get cut. Oh, that bitch got a knife. You know what I'm saying? Hey, dog, I'm telling you. But niggas, nah, these niggas is bitches, dog. Nigga will be like, nigga, that punk ass nigga Chris. Then you see a nigga out somewhere. First thing he be, I could go home because I ain't ready to do all that. Be ready to pull the strap.
That's me.
Like, you like, all right, my nigga, say that shit that you said on the internet. Let's throw his hands. Oh, nah, my nigga, I don't be doing all that fighting, nigga. I don't do no fighting. Shut the fuck up next time, being nigga. Take everybody's guns. Them police, give the police a taser, and they little Billy Club.
Yeah, little Billy Club.
And some handcuffs. Bitch, you talking all that shit when you had the strap. Let's see. Now some of these cops got hands though. Some of these cops will beat you up. You feel me? All these cops ain't no bitch now. You feel me? But I think these motherfuckers, I think we need to go to strictly.
That's funny.
Yeah, just think that would be a nigga think his police, a little white police, think he's a bitch. Yeah, this little white boy, I'm ready to whoop you, man. Beat your ass out there. And talking shit to you. I ain't even have to use my taser. Hey, but for real, I think that's what they need to go to. Because look, okay, apparently the training that they're doing with the pistols ain't working. Because you got one motherfucker that thought the pistol was the taser, and then you got the other motherfucker that shoot too many goddamn times. Nah, see, half of these cops, they're equipped. Soon as they have no guns, I mean, you still got your Billy Club and you still got your taser. If you got a big man run up on you, pop him with this taser. We'll even give you a stronger taser, but we're taking them bullets. Yeah. They gonna think twice before they jump out talking about, yeah, nigga. Nah, they ain't gonna. That's my fool right here, like he praying very wrestling.
Because nobody else is gonna have guns.
Because nobody's gonna have guns.
So you don't need them either.
The military, let the military have it.
That's it. Take all the guns, all the bull ammunition, and take it to some big ass furnace and just melt them motherfuckers. Melt all the guns and heat.
No guns.
You ain't got no guns. You just got M6. The military got their shit. That's it.
Smith & Wesson gonna be making some motherfucking slingshots and bow and arrows like a motherfucker. That's it. That's the thing. That's the thing. All right. Okay.
It could definitely be done.
I'm telling you. See, a motherfucker get that bow and arrow, it's gonna take some training. People don't want to do that. Yeah. Bitch, learn how to throw an axe. Yeah. I mean, shit, they had weapons back then. Mm-hmm. Wasn't no gun. Mm-hmm. Go hand-to-hand combat and see how much niggas talk shit in the club. Niggas is not gonna be talking all that shit. And then you think the club over, you outside waiting on this nigga cracking your knuckles. That nigga's out of there. You feel me? It won't be no, nigga standing outside ready to whoop you. He run and pull the strap out. See, nah, man. Hold on, what you say? Wait till you watch that, because 5 seasons, a whole lot of episodes.
Yeah, I seen it. I'm gonna watch it. I know, I told him because I'm into shit like that. Man. That's my shit.
That's like with me, dog. I got white family. I don't even call them my white buddies. That's my family. You know what I'm saying? I got some white folks I've been fucking with for a long time, and they never did me no wrong. I never did them no wrong. They love me. I love them back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck where you from, what you look like. Bitch, you could be green. You feel me? I don't care. Just don't try to snake me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be getting snaked by niggas too. You feel me? So, but my thing is, I don't care about all the way. Mm-mm. But You find out how tight-knit you are with these white folk when you get to bringing up racism.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these motherfuckers, they be like, I don't think they really happened like that, did it? And then you like, but see, they don't know. They just know the school curriculum. Telling y'all, man, if y'all got kids, man, y'all better start teaching them after school too.
Please.
You got this, because that white supremacist ass school curriculum is not feeding and nourishing your kids mentally like they should.
It's just getting them. It's like you said. It's just all that shit is to get into the next grade by their standards.
Okay, we brainwashed him enough. He can go on to the next
grade. He goes to the next one. Listen, every level is more bullshit. All the way up till you get to fucking 12th grade.
I'm mad the motherfucker they had me out there playing a goddamn Indian now. In the Thanksgiving plays and shit.
Yeah.
I'm mad as fuck.
All that shit.
They had me out there with the staple on it. Then you cut out your little feathers and put the staple on it.
Do the little hand turn.
You put it on. Nah, I haven't turned the little thing on your head.
Yeah, I remember that.
You feel me? So I'm in the little school playing shit. Yeah, you feel me? Go through my little lines. I'm mad at the motherfucker they had me out there doing that shit now that I think about it. Man, that's some bullshit. God damn. Well, subliminally, was that you telling me that you're going to one day try to kill me? See, I be thinking now, boy. Because you sure had me out there playing an Indian, and you know I'm not an Indian. But y'all really are the Pilgrims.
Yeah. I know I've definitely told my daughters. When it really we've already had these conversations long, so they already know. Yeah. It's just not the shit that they teach you in school, baby. It's not the truth.
Nah, definitely not. That's the farthest shit. It's Bigfoot. It's the Bigfoot shit.
Oh my God.
These fucking.
Okay, so what about the alien shit? They said that they done went to Mars. They spotted an alien. The Area 51 shit. You believe that shit?
They are the aliens. Y'all better quit playing. They are the aliens. Why do you think they're just so drawn to outer space? How many niggas do you know talk about outer space? We don't give a fuck about this shit, but
no, not really.
We don't. We know about that shit.
Yeah, it doesn't intrigue us like it.
They always want to go outer space.
It's like building a damn plane.
We're trying to get out. They're trying to go back home.
Yeah,
because they know the time is up here.
Yeah, you know they got a plane, right? They're building this plane that is built to go outer space. That thing, I don't know what year they said, but they got it to where they're gonna be able to sell tickets to people.
Jeff Bezos is back.
They get on this motherfucking plane and go outer space.
Do you know Jeff Bezos is back?
I don't know who he is. Who is he?
That's Amazon.
Oh, that's the CEO.
That's the owner. Yeah, he's behind that.
Oh,
but see, he's not the only one. It's a couple different. Some shit.
So he's really gonna do that,
bro? Listen.
Go ahead with that.
ET phone home.
Yeah, go ahead.
ET phone home.
He's gonna be the first motherfucker to trial run it. They're gonna charge you $1 million to get on the phone.
Listen to this. When they be having them babies and shit, you can see through the skin.
Yeah.
No, really, think about it.
I've seen no white baby infants. I've seen it.
See all the veins running through them and shit.
Yeah. You see all that shit.
Put them outside in the sun. Like right now, you out there, you let them lay right there. They're gonna burn up. They're gonna burn up. Coming here all blistered up and shit, skin out, they sore, hurt, everything burnt up red. Them motherfuckers, oh man.
They are the aliens.
They are the aliens. They are. And they came and conquered for long enough, and now they know, well, fuck, we're fucking losing this war.
They're losing.
So we're going back. We're going back. They are the aliens. They said the first people here were us. They even talk about they
want us to go. I think we'd be glad to.
They didn't want us to do if all of us,
bro.
If all of us left this country,
they'd be miserable.
They gotta work.
Yeah, that's what they would be.
Yeah, they gotta work. Now we got the cooking. We don't even like our cooking. We don't even like our cooking. If you lay out everyone about the penitentiary, everybody that's of African descent, we all went back to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And we're taking our money over there. You know, our money's more over there.
Yeah.
So we're taking the money that we've accumulated here and we're taking it over there. We're going over bad houses and shit. Well, nobody dispute that. They'll be pissed off after about 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
2 calendar months.
That's what I know. It'll be.
Can we take all the niggas? Because, damn, I got to keep cleaning this bathroom and shit in this motherfucker. It's 57 floors in this building. Oh, Charlene, I miss Charlene now. Charlene used to keep these bathrooms. Like, no, they're gonna have to get off their asses and work. They talk about going to work, don't you go to work? But they all, come on, man. All these motherfuckers talking about. No, think about it when these cops killing an unarmed black man, they really be disputing the fact it's bad. It was something bad that happened. They really be disputing that shit.
It's on social media. Yeah.
Everywhere, yeah, everywhere. When they locked up that little white dude for running around killing motherfuckers with that AR-15 or whatever, man, these motherfuckers raised all that money and shit.
And got it right out.
Yeah.
I think we were just talking about it not so long ago.
Tell you, man.
Howard was his name? Yeah, something like that.
Crazy tyrant.
Yeah, they're all tyrants. I mean, other than for the record, I have no problem with white people. I got a white home, and but I just don't.
Think about
I
this.
don't really trust them.
Think about this.
You know what I'm saying?
White dudes.
No, in general, people in general. I mean, I don't deal with them. I don't know on a daily basis either, but I don't really trust them.
Yeah.
I mean, I got one that I talk to, but that's about it. I mean, other than that, I don't really trust them.
I mean, based off
But
of,
I would do business with them.
Based off of history, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, and then, you know, with everything going on, and then, I don't know, they just don't seem very genuine to me all the time. It's like, that's what I really want to say. You know,
I agree, shit. It should be crazy, dog. Then you take all them guns, man. Take all these guns. Take all the guns. And murder rate is going to damn near disappear. Hand-to-hand combat out here. Get knocked out. You get the I ain't going to joke on you tonight, but tomorrow you be good. Somebody else. Almost 2. Yeah. Appreciate y'all for showing. Make sure y'all click subscribe, man. Make sure y'all click subscribe, man, so y'all can get the notifications, man. Also, shout out to Rich Life, man, and Newly Bands, man. Make sure y'all check it out, man. That's what we've been playing. We've been playing here for the last few days, man. I became a fan, you feel me? And make sure y'all start watching some of that shit, man, about the real history, man, and start reading and shit, man.
Yeah.
Because that way, it'll some of that shit will help you maneuver in present time. You know how you should be maneuvering around certain types of motherfuckers, man, because it's definitely fucked up out here right now. I was just reading, man. Damon said some real shit. But yeah, we're gonna be back here to fuck with y'all tomorrow, man. Maybe late on tonight, you never know.